Mama never say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there o see them yopo.
Movement. I'll say this now. Some of us thought we needed to make a strong statement about doomsaw. We needed to force the government to do more. I had been on Joy FM for over a year with Dr. Roku Brobe when this thing started. And I remember clearly when it started, the analysis was that the government needed to find emergency power because the cost of not having power was too much. And emergency power being expensive should not be the ultimate. After that, we should now work towards solving the problem properly. The government sat down for 2-3 years and didn't find the emergency power. 2-3 years down the line, now they say they are going to bring emergency power. And it was going to cost us an arm and a leg. Everything was all over the place. And even that was funny. We don't have time to go into all the things, but clearly they were mismanaging the problem. And doomsaw went from bad to worse. There were people who were dying. And you remember the person that we used as the front, Yvonne Nelson. Her mother was going blind. I could tell you story after story after story. It was just a terrible mess. So in Occupy Ghana, a number of us said we needed to do something to force the government to take doomsaw seriously and do something definite about doomsaw. That is what broke us up. Many of the members said no, they were not in for another demonstration. And,
including Neisan Kuma?
I prefer not to use names, okay? But clearly there was a split. That is one of the main things. They were not in favor of the continued street action. They wanted us to do a number of other things, some of which we were okay with, but some of us said this is why we formed this thing. When it comes to talking, I talk more than anybody. When it comes to argue, we argue. So this is where you need to put your skin on the line and show that you're serious about what you're doing.
So one group preferred a more diplomatic approach to things, as in issuing press releases and the like.
Yes.
And then another section
felt that
we needed more boots on the ground.
We needed boots on the ground to make this, more serious, because again, if it comes to Imani, there's no debate we're afraid of. Okay, so now this is what the new thing is, what we have to do. And the important point is we were not a hired crowd. You have lawyers and engineers and doctors, professors on the street. That was a huge message. And you needed to do that to send that message to the people in power. But, well, that was one problem. The other problem had to do with what we think was too much politicization of, the whole idea. There were people from different places. We were all anti-bad governance.
You see, he was telling us about what made them demonstrate against John Mahama, Occupy Ghana, Imani. He said there were engineers. There were doctors who all came out to demonstrate against the government. So today we have TUC. We have young men and women on the streets demonstrating against the government that is not taking any action against doomsaw. Against Galamsey. And these people are telling us that we are politicizing the issue. Why are we adding politics to it? Because when we add politics to it, it will destroy the whole thing. The reason why Kofi Bentil Dems today, they are trying to protect the Ekufuado government is because they don't want the NDC to take over. They don't want the John Mahama administration that was better than this government to come to power. See, they are doing everything possible to divert the conversation. The omo ye nyina say, omo person de bibi to Ghana for trim say, Ghana for be politicise Galamsey menace no. Galamsey problem no ebi mu de ya politics omo boa. Let's ask them. 2015 when they were demonstrating, did anyone say omo politicize doomsaw? No. Nobody came out to say they are politicizing doomsaw, even though we knew some majority of them were NPP people. The young men who demonstrated, Democracy Hub people, the concerned citizens who demonstrated, who, can you tell me, is an in and out member of the NDC? None of the leadership. But you see, these people deliberately, they are trying to change the conversation because they are scared the NDC is coming to power to jail their friends. Because government deals, so they don't want you people to blame the leadership. Galamsey problem way Ekufuado and Baumia, they are supposed to take the fall. Wow, Shame, You cannot take a decision. Abre Kufuor and Bawumia are president and vice president. You can't. It is only a Kufuor and Bawumia and Kwan a bit to be taking decision. A best stop it yen Galamsey na ekosono. It identity no bit to me catch or say it has been made with partisan politics. There's no partisan politics here. And let me tell you something. Ghana, everything that we do or talk about is politics, whether you like it or not. Because at the end of the day, no, so politician begin platforms who are on campaigning money opponents. The politician campaigns for himself or herself and a political party for you to give that politician another nod, another opportunity to lead. So as far as a politician can stand on stage and try to sell themselves to you, for you to give them power, for them to enjoy, for them to have power, no, it means every single thing needs to be politicized. Because if we don't politicize this, if we don't, at the end of the day, who is going to take the blame? There's a reason why people are made leaders. There's a reason why people are made president. There's a reason why people are made what? Chairman. So if the president is the head of the government, he is the head of the country, he needs to take the blame for this problem. His party, his government, they need to take the blame. Nobody can say some people are doing what? Because if tomorrow say sorry na yen so nyine ni atia na na dodan Kufuor de kwase campaign ni ba o me be campaign aka say yanka nkyere mo yanka say ye bete e de insuo ni adenti na ende de ye pe obi ablemu ni eblemu Kufuor ne ba o me a mo say no, we should not politicize it. It is becoming partisan. Because ochina yes oro ochina no pa na excavator wo nwura mu nyina efiri ho na yen so nyina ni atia achichide kwase campaign ba begina flat so aka kire say ono na ye president of Ghana under his leadership kwase no aka kire say under his leadership Bawumia will be mounting stage and fooling and telling Ghana for nyina say under his leadership as the vice president he introduced the stoppage of menace Galamsey menace. But today the thing is worse. So why is he not taking responsibility? Why are you fools telling us to say some people are becoming too partisan? We are politicizing the issue. That Galamsey is it is. Let me tell you, whatever we are talking about in Ghana, COVID-19, when we were faced with COVID-19, at the end of the day, it was politics that took us out of COVID-19. It is only politics that can take us out of Galamsey. It is only politics. Without politics, we will not solve the problems confronting the nation. That's a fact. People are given opportunity. People are voted for to solve problems, not to complain. Whether you like it or not, if we don't politicize the issues, we will not get solutions to our problems. Now, COVID-19 by near say airport, Ghana Fosika, you free every single cabinet member. Interview Busan say in Kofona Mojiji Sikao, Kotoka International Airport, COVID-19, no, why dear, nobody gave us answer. Didn't we ask? So our company normally they pebejina the airport leadership gave them the room to come and collect those monies. Nobody should sit there and tell you, say, oh, every single thing without politics. The reason why they don't want it to be politicized, say, the people in leadership, no, they cannot account to the people. They cannot go there and answer the questions. So they are trying to make it like say, responsibility. We know responsibility, but we have a leader. Say responsibility, president. Why are we not all president in Ghana? We all can go to the Jubilee House and become president, but there's a reason why we took this tortoise.
I'm not PENDREAM TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal le Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.